Okay, guys, so we're going back to all the information that you need to know prior to taking your road test and information you're going to need about your road test. After this, we're going to move on to actually the signs and stuff like that. So, hold on a sec. Sorry. All right. So, who needs to apply for a Pennsylvania driver's license? Any individual who possesses a valid foreign driver's license from another country are authorized to drive in Pennsylvania for up to 1 year from their entry into the United States or upon expiration of their foreign license, whichever comes first. So if you come from another country, you either have 1 year from when you come or from when you're 6 months or before the expiration of your country's license. Also, people who are living in Pennsylvania who are at least 16 years of age and want to drive a motor vehicle. Anyone who just moved into Pennsylvania and are planning on establishing residency in Pennsylvania. So if you move to Pennsylvania and want your new state to be Pennsylvania, if you hold a valid license from another state or from Canada, you must get a Pennsylvania driver's license within 60 days after moving to Pennsylvania, and you have to surrender your other state's driver's license. Also, anyone in the United States Armed Forces whose legal address is in Pennsylvania. So, what do you need to know about a junior learner's permit? Your learner's permit will be valid for 1 year from the issue date printed on your initial learner's permit. During this time, there are certain limitations on your driving privileges if you're under the age of 18. So a junior learner's permit, remember, is for anyone under the age of 18. You are only allowed to drive under the supervision of a licensed driver who is at least 21 years of age or a parent, guardian, or a spouse who is 18 years or older and holds a valid driver's license. The supervising driver has to sit in the front seat. Also, you cannot carry more passengers than seatbelts available in the vehicle you are driving. So, what do you need to know about a junior driver's license? Like with the learner's permit, just like with a junior learner's permit, there are some limitations to the junior driver's license. You can't drive between the hours of 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. unless your parent, guardian, or spouse who are 18 years or older is with you. However, you can drive between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. if you are involved in public or charitable service, a member of a volunteer fire department, or you're employed during those hours. In this case, you have to carry around a notarized affidavit or a certificate of authorization from your employer, supervisor, or the fire chief indicating your schedule. And it has to be notarized. This affidavit must be kept with your driver's license. Also, you cannot carry more passengers than seatbelts available in the car you're driving. You also can't carry more than one passenger under the age of 18 who is not an immediate family member unless your parent, guardian, or spouse who is 18 years or older is in the vehicle with you. After 6 months of driving on your junior license, the limit is increased to no more than 3 passengers under the age of 18 who are not family members. The increased limit does not apply to any junior driver who has ever been involved in a crash in which you were partially or fully responsible for. You will receive a mandatory 90-day suspension if you accumulate 6 or more points. We're going to go over later how you accumulate points, or you're convicted of driving 26 miles per hour or more over the posted speed limit. So, You can get a regular driver's license after you have held a junior driver's license for 1 year. However, oops. So, how do you go from a junior driver's license? So, after 1 year, you can get your regular driver's license if you meet the following conditions. You have passed a driver's training course approved by the Pennsylvania Department of Education, have not been involved in a crash for which you are partially or fully responsible for 1 year, have not been convicted of any violation of the Pennsylvania Vehicle Code for 1 year, and you have the consent of your parent, guardian, or spouse who is at least 18 years of age. If you meet these requirements, you can apply for a regular license by submitting an application. Your junior driver's license will automatically become a regular driver's license when you turn 18. So the types of tests that you need to get your license. The knowledge test, otherwise known as the written test. The knowledge test will measure your knowledge of traffic signs, Pennsylvania driving laws, and safe driving practices. You can get it in many different languages. If you fail the knowledge test, you will be permitted to retake the test the following business days. This test needs to be successfully completed before you can get a valid learner's permit. The knowledge test consists of 18 multiple choice questions. You have to get 15 correct to pass the test. The next part you have to pass is the road test. If you're under the age of 18, you can schedule your road test up to 6 months in advance. You need to make an appointment. So what you need to bring with you to your road test: your valid learner's permit, a side parent, you need a signed parent or guardian certification form with your 65 hours of behind the wheel training if you're under the age of 18, the valid registration card for the vehicle you plan to drive for the road test, proof that the car you're going to drive for your road test is currently insured, and the valid license of the person who is at least 21 years of older, or your parent, guardian, or spouse who is 18 years or older who accompanies you to the driver's license test. If you do not bring the original documents with you, you will not be able to take the test. So you cannot bring copies. So before the test begins, the examiner will check to see that your vehicle has a valid registration card, current insurance, the valid state inspection sticker, and a valid emission sticker. The lights, horn, brakes, windshield wipers, turn signals, mirrors, doors, seats, and tires will also be checked to make sure they operate properly and meet safety standards. If it's determined that any part of your vehicle is unsafe or doesn't meet state inspection requirements, you won't be allowed to take the road test. If your vehicle is equipped with seatbelts, make sure they're clean and ready to use. You and your examiner are required to use them during the road test. If your vehicle passes the inspection, the examiner will test you to see if you can drive safely. You will fail the road test if you drive dangerously, violate the law, cause a crash, do not follow the examiner's instructions, or make too many driving errors. Before the road test, the examiner may ask you to show the vehicle control. That means that you can operate the horn, all the lights, which includes the parking lights, the high and low beams, headlights, turn signals, windshield wipers, your emergency brake, your four-wheel flashers, otherwise known as hazards, defroster. If you can't operate any part of the vehicle, it'll result in a failure. Also, you're going to have to parallel park. You're going to have to park your vehicle midway in the middle between two uprights in a space that is 24 feet long and 8 feet wide. We'll get more into that later. So, things that have like the advanced parking guidance system, those signals on cars that tell you when you're maybe too close, they need to be shut off for the test. You cannot use those during your test. If you pass the road test, you'll receive your driver's license or junior driver's license, depending on how old you are at that time. However, you will fail the road test for a variety of reasons. Some of them may be the inability to operate the vehicle's controls, violating any traffic laws, such as failing to obey a stop sign, driving dangerously or recklessly, making errors in safe driving practices, failing to follow instructions given by the examiner, causing a crash, or not using turn signals. If you're under 18 and you failed the road test, you are required to wait 7 days before you can retake the road test. This will give you time to practice and improve your driving skills. You will have 3 chances with each learner's permit to pass your road test before the expiration date of your learner's permit. After the 3rd failure, you have to reapply to extend your learner's permit. All right, so now what you're going to do is you're going to go answer some questions about what we just learned about.